Welcome into the Pelican Post Game Report. We in the building. Much love to the family members. Thank y'all for being with us on the Pelican Post Game Report. Big ups to you. Great game by the Pelicans. We're able to take this thing 113-80. Just like what we thought, the Pelicans rebounded in the major capacity, and we're able to thump the hell out of the OKC Thunder, smashing them down to 1-3. 0-3 at home. We should have been able to take care of business with them, and we hit these people hard, man. I'm Big Q chiming in as well with the Pelican Post Game Report recap in this building. Big ups to you. Thank all of the family members, and happy New Year's Eve. In about an hour and some change here, Central Time, we'll be embarking upon a new year. So with the last few minutes or so, or hour and a half left of the 2020 season, we're going to recap with the Pelican Post Game Report. Please strike upon the like button, and thank you for joining. I'm going to bring in my co-host to the show, DC. DC, my friend, how you doing today, brother?
I'm good, man. You could say it too, bro. It ain't no curse word. We in this bitch. You say like Swayze, bro.
I know he
It's
don't
all
say,
right.
he said "beh." He don't say,
Yeah.
he don't put the th and all that on that stuff. He kind of leaves a couple letters off of it. But anyway, big
Yeah.
ups to the
New
big
year,
ups to the.
new year, new stuff, new rules, and hopefully new refs. We get some new referees all the way around the board.
We'll see how that shakes, DC. But big ups to the family members. Thank y'all for being here. Ty Redu, Go Pels to you, and GM Kev, Melanin God 504, Supreme Josh, Pelican, Nola, all of the family members, Lonnie, Lorette, all the family members are in this. Big ups to you. This is more like it, but my name is Lonnie. All right, Lonnie. All right, thank you, Lonnie, for joining us as well. Big ups to you, fam. Appreciate you in the chat. If I mispronounce your name, I apologize for that. But welcome into the stream to all of the family members. Thank y'all for being with us for this Pelican Post Game Report. And we're going to break it down in this one. DC 113-80 in the matchup, man. The Pelicans, listen, man, they took care of business, bro, like we expected them to do. And we pretty much called them out from the last show when we knew eventually that they had to come correct with this one. And going right into the team statistics, field goal shooting wise, the Pelicans were 44 of 91 on the day. They finished with at 48.4%. That's really respectable. 13 for 36 from downtown, 36% on it. OKC was 30 of 80 for 37.5% shooting the ball from the field. They were 15 of 48 from downtown for 31.3%. Pelicans were 12 of 19 from the free throw line for 63.2%, 5 of 15 for OKC for 33.3%. Pelicans severely out-rebounded OKC as Steven Adams returned back to his native stomping grounds. 58 rebounds to 40 rebounds, advantage Pelicans. 14 offensive rebounds. The Pelicans had 44 defensive boards there as well in the matchup. Pelicans 23-24, advantage OKC in terms of the assists. Pelicans 9-6 on the steal battle, of course, and then the turnovers. You look at the blocks, 4-3 Pels. Turnovers, Pelicans 13 turnovers, 13 points off turnovers. OKC 19 turnovers, 17 points off of those. Pelicans 5-10 on the fast break. Advantage for OKC. 54 points in the paint for the Pels versus 30 by OKC in the matchup. So the largest lead, and they took off in this thing. They had them beat by about 33 points in this game, as much as 33 as the Pelicans go 3-2. They sit on top of the Southwest Division. As San Antonio lost 2 straight, and the Pelicans are the only winning team. Everybody else is below 500 in the Southwest. They're 3-2. Good win for the Pelicans. DC, what do you think about those team statistics, my friend?
I think it's absolutely wonderful. I mean, uh, we're in the winning column of most of the statistics, so that's what you want to see. We're back to our usual selves after getting totally dominated on the boards against Phoenix, in my opinion. Um, 14 offensive rebounds, so we're gonna lead the second chance points charge with that. And a little shocking to see 5 fast break points. I mean, watching this game felt like more than that. But the points in the paint was where it was at, bro. The points in the paint and that rebound battle. That basically gives you the story for the whole game. And And I'm glad we got up to 36% 3-point shooting because I remember at the time we was like 5 or 29 or something crazy like that. And they started knocking down some shots. So all around, real nice game, man. Still waiting to get that game where we can get like 80% free throws. I don't think we'll ever have a game 100% free throw shooting. I just don't see it in our future. But I like us to at least hover around 78. Maybe we can average 75, something like that. Would be nice. 63%. With that, that's probably the worst thing I could say about them team statistically. We could have got that up and maybe some more assists. I like to see more than 23 assists when we had 113 points. Probably pump that up into the 30s. Hopefully, high 20s at least. So pretty good game, man. They did pretty well. Not too many complaints. Too much you could really harp on or beat them up about tonight.
Nah, I would agree with you on that. I think they did admirably in this game, of course. And then even if you had some reserves in late in the game, they were still able to hold this OKC team, man, to a 7-point fourth quarter. It in Pelicans, man. When we finally get this thing figured out, man, I tell you what, it's gonna look something really special. Ingram finished the game. He was the top scorer in the matchup. 20 points from Ingram in 26 minutes. 8 of 16 from the field, 2 of 6 from downtown, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. 20 points, 7 rebounds, and a couple assists from Ingram. Of course, we know about the ejection. 17 points from Bledsoe. He was the second highest scorer for the Pelicans. 17 points, 25 minutes, 7 of 11 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown. In the matchup, he finished with 17 and 3 rebounds, 1 assist. And, of course, Lonzo Ball with 32 minutes worth of action, 16 points from Zoe Ball in the affair. He had 8 rebounds and 9 assists in the matchup for Zoe Ball. So Zoe almost touching upon a triple-double in this matchup. 7 of 15 from downtown, 2 of 7 from downtown, 7 of 15 from the field, 16 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds from him. And, of course, off the bench, a better performance off the bench from the Pelicans bench. In this matchup, as NAW led all scorers off the bench, he had 14 points in 19 minutes, 6 of 13 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown in the matchup, 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals from NAW. And, of course, Josh Hart had not a triple-double, but a double-double for him in the matchup, 12 points, 11 rebounds in 34 minutes. He was 3 of 9 from the field, 3 of 7 from downtown. And listen, Steven Adams, let me get to Steven Adams too. Steven Adams got that double-double, DC, finally. 31 minutes, 7 of 13 from the field. He finished with 14 points, 10 rebounds, and a block in the matchup for him. And, of course, Zion, pretty quiet in this one, 17 minutes of action he played in. 12 points, 5 rebounds in the matchup, but really the Pelicans really didn't need to push him too much farther in this game, push him in this matchup. The Pelicans had it pretty much in cruise control at a certain point, and they just ran away with the matchup 113-80. And it's the only thing to speak about on the other side with the Thunder was the fact that Al Horford was the top man there with 17 points and 6 rebounds for him. 7 of 9 from the field. He was 3 of 5 from downtown in 24 minutes. 17 from Al Horford. And the only other double-digit score for them was 10 points from Mike Muscala, who finished with 10 points and 2 rebounds in 16 minutes. So a thorough beating that the Pelicans gave OKC. Thoughts on the Pelicans individually speaking, DC? You know about the Ingram situation. What you thought about that? And Lonzo Ball's play in this game almost had a triple-double.
First off, the Ingram situation was just a cumulative effect of things I saw before that and after that. I don't know what it is about us. Maybe it's some of the referees that referee the Saints games. They just crossed over to basketball too, because a lot of these calls tonight were atrocious that they called on the Pelicans. It was at least about a good 4 or 5 calls, man. That were like, really? Like, you calling that? I remember they had a call on Zion. Zion is usually mild-mannered. You don't really see other man. Zion almost lost this shit, man. Zion, he went completely set down, completely frustrated, dude, because, it was a real ticky-tack foul. They had like 2 ticky-tack fouls on him. Another one, he was going up, and he did everything he was supposed to, in my opinion, but, they called it offensive foul some type of way. He didn't extend his arms or anything crazy like that. So that happened, and then you get this call with Brandon Ingram, man, and, it was obvious that the dude was going for the ball. I mean, he did hit him, so I can understand them calling it flagrant with the rules the way they are now. But if this was the 90s, the early 2000s, I mean, it's just been a regular foul. And to go from that to being ejected, that's completely crazy, man. It was uncalled for. But I loved how Bi handled it, bro. He went out. He was about to walk in the tunnel, and he thought about it. He was like, "Nah, wait." He went back and he dapped up all his teammates, kept his head up high, dapped all the coaches off, and he left like that. And I really think that him doing that kind of lit a fire under his team. It definitely did with Lonzo Ball. It's very impressive with him. Um, right after that happened, Lonzo Ball had like possession, 3 or 4 possessions. I don't think he scored a lot of points in those possessions, but he was extremely aggressive. He went down every time, man. He shot it or drove to the basket and tried to get a foul. He was just doing stuff. He was like, well, y'all kick Bi out. I'm about to take over, and I like that. I like to see him get aggressive like that. That's usually when you get the best out of him. But early in the game, Bledsoe set the tone with them 17 points, man. It really got him going, man. Bledsoe looked real nice tonight. So that effect with him and Lonzo getting them 9 dishes, getting the boards, and actually pushing the ball up court. We actually saw a Zoe and Zion live, half court live today, man. I ain't seen that all season yet, so it's good to see that get back. And Steven Adams was absolutely amazing as well. Um, him and Bledsoe were the tone setters in the beginning of this game, man. I mean, they got it going early, and they had a little 2-man game. They played a little bit, and it was just working. And he finally got that elusive double-double, Big Q. As soon as he got that rebound, as soon as he got that rebound to get that double-double, Stan Van Gundy took him out. It's like they were just waiting for him to get it. And BI would have definitely had about 30 points this game, bro. He was cooking too. He was gonna drop about 30 on their head, man. And I can't say enough about NAW and Josh Hart, dude. They completely set the tone for this bench, bro. I mean, Josh Hart got a damn double-double. He keeps getting double-doubles or close to double-doubles as a goddamn guard, man. This dude's getting 10 rebounds and 14 rebounds and crazy stuff like that. 10 rebounds, 12 points, bro. That was amazing, bro. And NAW definitely didn't found a way to get himself some minutes, bro. He went out there with the starters. He was playing some minutes. They started to trust him like that in this game, bro. And I think he's going to be a regular guy in this rotation. He got 14 points, but some of the shots, the earlier ones especially he had, they were very impressive, man. Double reverses, and he's getting into the paint, being aggressive. He's exactly what we've been missing on that bench, man. Somebody who can provide a spark and be extremely aggressive and confident, so that's good. And Melly finally hit his first three, Big Q. Melly hit a shot, y'all. The first shot of the year. So, I mean, goddamn. Everything is changing, bro. It's about to be a new year for sure. So, hopefully he can build off of that, and we can see the Melly we saw in spurts last year. Or else he better hope Wenyon Gabriel don't ever get healthy, because he ain't going to have no goddamn spot.
That's coming, bro. That's something that we've been looking at for a while now, and I know it's only a matter of time before Wenyon Gabriel hits the floor. And he'll be the answer to a lot of the hustle and extra aggression, like that high energy guy that dives on the floor, shot blocks, and all out effort type of dude. That's who Wenyon Gabriel's going to be. Just can't wait to see that kid actually get out there and perform for the Pelicans off the bench, because I agree with some of the family members. Big ups to everybody joining us in the Pel chat. Big ups to you, Trey Joseph and True Louisianimal. And all the family members, what's up, Young Bloods? What's happening, fam? Good to see you in the chat. Big ups to you. Dwayne, big ups to you, bro. Good to see you in the chat as well. And some of the family members are definitely, raising some great questions. Young Blood says, what up, Big Q and DC? I think the Pels could use at least one more big man if something happens to Steven Adams. They're in trouble. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, my friend. Appreciate you being here. And I agree with you, man. The Pelicans, Hernan Gomez is more offensive than defensive. Jackson Hayes is still very much he's a progress. He still needs to learn. He's still very much lost at times. He switches slowly. He's still a work in progress, man, as Jackson Hayes, man. And it's still very early on in the season. So, a lot of people we have to probably be a little patient. We're just 5 games into this thing. And I'm hoping that Jackson does actually start picking it up. But you're right. We need we definitely could use another big guy that can also play the center and it can double and play the 4 and the 5. A guy that's aggressive that can guard multiple positions plus be that defensive stopper that you need. And man, I do see what happens when Steven Adams leaves the lineup. Man, I definitely see that. It's like the store is locked, and then all of a sudden, Steven Adams sit down, and it's like the door is open, and everybody goes to. And Jackson usually he'll be somewhere else. He'll be on the other side. But good grief, man. But he's a young player, man, trying to learn the system. So, I just wonder if Stan Van Gundy's going to be a little, he's going to be a little patient with Jackson Hayes. He is, after all, like NAW and Zion, they all first round picks. And if he can get those 3 guys on par, you better watch out because the Pelicans going to have some young talent there. But I agree with you.
You're right.
Go ahead,
I think they got a plan, though, big brother. I seen them actually, which I was very encouraged by this. It might give a lot of us a little bit of some flashbacks. They had a 4-guard rotation out there tonight, Q.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Josh Hart.
But they had Josh Hart. Josh Hart is a very unique guard, and I think he can. That's how he got a lot of those rebounds tonight too. They actually were playing Zion as center for a stretch. And I think as time goes on and you add like a Wenyen Gabriel to that lineup.
He the answer, DC, for real.
With Zion in a center role, Wenyen Gabriel can kind of defend centers too. So it ain't like Zion would just have to be the center on defense. Wenyen Gabriel can defend centers on defense, and Zion can kind of be a center on offense. Wenyen Gabriel can kind of stretch out to the 3-point line too. So you got that going on, and you can have Josh Hart as a small forward. And we got guards. You could see NAW there, and you keep Bledsoe or Lonzo out there, and I think that'll be a strong unit to run when Steven Adams sit down. I think they got some plans, bro, but they still got some things they got to figure out. Obviously, they're still trying to get their chemistry and continuity, but that's what I'm seeing. I saw the night that I was impressed with, man. I'm liking Stan Van Gundy more and more by the game because I thought he was like just this hard-nosed dude. He's going to do things exactly his way and be stubborn. Well, tonight I saw him switch everything up from what he did in the beginning of the season, and that's encouraging, man, because when things aren't working, you try something different. And then he sneakily, yes, your word, I ain't never used to say that until I heard you say that. Then he sneakily.
You may use it, sir.
He sneakily found a way to put Millie and Jackson Hayes out there together at a certain point with a certain lineup after confidence was built with the bench. And they actually played pretty decent together. I think they were out there together when Millie finally hit a damn shot. You know what I'm saying? And I really think they're going to figure it out. And I do think we have a plan if Steven Adams goes down. In our starting lineup, if Zion is going to be center, probably with B.I. on side him, and they're going to slide Josh Hart at the 3, or Wenyen Gabriel may come in and play power forward and B.I. stay at the 3. And I think that can work based on some of the things I've seen tonight and depending on who you're playing. I mean, obviously playing like Andy Davis, a real big team, man, ain't nothing to do. Just them nights we'll have to outscore without no Steven Adams. But Steven Adams don't ever get hurt, so let's stop trying to put that juju out there. Because the dude ain't never has he missed any significant amount of time?
Not much at all. Not much at all. That's what he's been
getting. He might miss a game or two, but
he gets that Iron Man label. That's why they love him so much.
Well, he's the toughest dude in the league, man. So yes. I mean, he ain't gonna be missing no games like that. We could get the worst thing, like maybe a Drew Holiday situation where he missed 10 games or something. Potentially something like that could eventually happen over his 3 years here. But let's hope by the time that happens, Jackson Hayes is either developed or this other rotation where they got Zion playing center has really started to blossom. And Zion and worked his way in the game shape, got a little stronger or whatever may have you, and it'll all work out. But as it goes right now, Steven Adams got hurt today, we would be in pretty bad shape.
Yeah, your security guard guarding the bank. You don't have a guard. You don't have anybody guarding the vault. You're in trouble. You can't. Everybody coming in there to get something, and that's what Steven Adams represent, man. He had 14 points, 10 rebounds tonight. DC double day for him in 31 minutes. Hustle game performance from Steven Adams. Very solid performance. Bledsoe got going. You talked about Ball. Let's talk about Zoe Ball. You mentioned that. And of course, we got a contingent of family members who love Lonzo Ball. 16 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds in 32 minutes with 7 to 15 from the field. Didn't shoot as well from downtown, but everything else Zobal did well today, man. And plus taking the game on his shoulders after what happened to Ingram.
Right. I'm see the thing with Lonzo Ball for me because watching him and understanding this game, I was one of the few people that was excited when we were getting him initially. Because let's be honest, man. A lot of Pelicans fans when we were first trading with AD, they were a little upset with that trade, man. They wasn't super happy about it. The media was calling it a haul and all of this, but a lot of us here, we weren't super excited about the trade. But I was excited that we got Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram. I actually kind of peeked in on the Lakers and seen what they can do. Lonzo Ball is an extremely streaky player. He's a rhythm player. So understanding that, the most important thing for him to me is to have the mindset to not get too high or too low based on the results of your shooting and things like that. So I think he kind of gets discouraged when his three-point shot isn't falling. I'm seeing a transformation with him where he's not really worrying about it, and he's like, okay, I know my shot not falling. Let me at least try to get some shots in the lane. You got a mid-range you're coming with. I saw Lonzo attack the basket and do a reverse layup and finish with the left. Yep. Like, what?
He was feeling himself today, boy.
You know what I'm saying? He got him a rebound in the paint. He didn't initially kick it out. He did a pump fake, went back up, used his 6'6" height. Nah, he's not doing it as effectively as other big guards we know, but it's at least a change in mindset to where as this goes on, the dude is only going to get better and better if he keeps doing this. And he keeps a cool, calm demeanor, but when they ejected Brandon Ingram, Lonzo was upset by it. He was mad, bro. You could tell he was mad.
Yep.
And I like that Lonzo. So I think he need to do a Michael Jordan or Kobe and just envision Brandon Ingram getting ejected every game and talk to them. I can't believe you ejected Brandon Ingram. They'd be looking at him crazy like, what the hell are you talking about? And he just go play like this. Because this is what I want to see. Whether he making shots or not, as a point guard, I want to see him break the defense down in his way, some type of way, man, and have them at least view you as a threat or scare them with something. And he did that. And when he does that, with the nature he has passing the ball, and when he does his passing the ball thing, it just changes the dynamic of the whole team. And it's really infectious for a lot of guys that don't have a Zion, Brandon Ingram type game. They really feed off of that, man, and you can see it. People start hitting shots. Like when he's passing the ball, he gets things going. And I mean, that's just the byproduct of a good point guard being a good point guard. So we had real good point guard play today. Bledsoe did his thing too, even though he didn't have a lot of assists. He did what he does, which is attack the basket and get his buckets there and in the mid-range. Really loved what both of them did today, man. If they play like that, give us 14, 13, 15 game points apiece from those guys, we would be fine, yo. We'll be on our way to the playoffs, I promise you.
Let's look at the bench, DC, because I know that was the biggest question. Of course, the 5 starters played really well in the matchup. They did what they were supposed to do. I really enjoyed the lineup, the Zion, William center, and the full guard lineup. I appreciated that. But also like the fact that the Pelicans were, and of course this was a blog game, so they did extend some minutes out to some other people. But you look at what NAW did and Josh Hart, and of course JJ Redick had another slowful game in this with 17 minutes from him. He only had 3 points, so he was in really one of those traditional JJ Redick type slumps that he goes through from time to time. It's just what it is. But the reality, if you look at the statistics off the bench, DC, 19 minutes NAW, 14 points. You look at Josh Hart, we talked about his double-double, 12 points, 11 rebounds.
The starter tonight.
Right.
Call him a bench player.
Right. 34 minutes, bro. That's most than anybody. If you think about it, he had more minutes than anybody in the matchup. The only other guy,
whoever sat down, John Hart came in for him. Whoever came.
Right, and bro, he had 34 minutes. That's more minutes than anybody. The closest guy to him was Lonzo, who had 32. So, 31 from Steven Adams. So he was
6 man, Q.
What's that again?
He's clearly our sixth man.
Yeah, yeah. Well, especially with Reddit struggling as bad as it is. You did talk about Nico Melly's 5 points in 17 minutes. Jackson Hayes didn't score a point. He was 0 of 2 in 14 minutes, but he was able to get 6 rebounds and a couple blocks for you in the matchup. So, what there was the thought process on the bench, looking ahead, struggling a bit, man, but looking like old Stan Van starting to lean on the old reliable Josh Hart, my man.
Hmm. And I think that's a smart strategy, dude. Josh Hart, as so many of y'all know, Josh Hart, if we wanted to, we could put him in the starting lineup and he'd just be our starting two guard. As long as you got him out there with competent point guard play, I think he would be fine. I mean, the pick
Oh
and
yeah,
roll game might be a little weird because he don't really run a lot of pick and rolls, and Bledsoe can do that a lot. Lonzo is looking good doing that, but we haven't seen him be successful in pick and roll in the past. But other than that, Josh Hart could be a starter, man. So you basically got a starter quality dude coming off the bench who gives you a lot outside of scoring. You know what I'm saying? It's like this guy lives to defend and dive on the floor for loose balls and take charges. And he gonna get the rebounds. He gonna do all the dirty work. He boxes out. He boxing out power forwards and stuff, man. Josh Hart is wild, man. And you gotta love this game. So I definitely understand why Stan Van Gundy is leaning on him. And every lineup that I've seen him playing, he may not always score, but he has an impact on the game, and he brings some form of success. We look at these stats all the time. Q, it's very rare that we see Josh Hart with like a negative plus or minus. He's gonna find a way to impact the game in a positive way, even if he's
yep,
not scoring.
that's right. Absolutely right, man. And I couldn't have said it more masterfully than what you said. It's just perfect. Josh Hart's game is his name is his game, which means he brings that every game. And whether he's struggling offensively, shooting the ball, his shot was falling today. But even when it's not struggling, falling for him, he's going to attack the basket. He's going to get to the free throw line. And Josh Hart, man, is major. Boy, he would be a fantastic addition from the Pelicans if he was about 4 inches taller, man. Could you imagine what
Oh
kind of
man, he
wrecking
might
he'll
be an
bring?
all-star. He'd be able to be an all-star.
Yeah,
He was 4 inches tall.
right.
Be an
So
all-star.
it's terrific, man. But the bench brung it, and this was DC. I'm not gonna get carried away with it. I celebrate a win with the Pelicans, a young team. It's a learning process as they stumped OKC. We expected this kind of domination, and of course,
NAW though, Q.
yeah.
You can't move on from that bench without mentioning him because
No, no, we talk we
he was more impactful than Josh Hart tonight.
Yeah, I got that, but we talk about Josh Hart on a frequent basis, bringing it. NAW,
Oh yeah.
we talk about consistent stuff like that.
But
NAW's
this is
playing well.
first
He's
game
not.
getting consistent
I
minutes.
get he
This
played
is the
some.
first game.
He played some minutes in the other game where he was getting some shots, and it's good to see Stan Van Gundy play him
He played
19 minutes
good.
tonight. Right, I give you that, but it's kind of he has to get on that Josh Hart level. But I ain't taking nothing away from the kid. I like NAW a lot. 19 minutes, 14
They play
points.
good together too.
Yeah,
Their
he was
games are compatible together.
very compatible. 2 of 5 downtown. NAW natural stroke from beyond the 3 point line. Doesn't have any qualms about shooting that goddamn three. Will pull up and knock the hell out of that. Knock it down.
He
No
ain't shooting the
problem.
shot he don't like.
No, he did that. And bro, that's a true scorer right there. And when this guy figures it out, watch out, Pelican family. But you're absolutely right. DCNAW was really good off the bench. He led all scorers with 14 off the bench. Josh Hart complimented them very well, my friend. Parting thoughts on the Pelicans' big astronomical slap down of OKC before we move on to the preview of the Pelicans and Raptors.
I want to do the hand claps if we got them. I don't know if we got that on the soundboard, but I just want to commend them. This is exactly what you do after a game like the Suns. Now, to me, I don't know how everybody else feel, but to me, after they did what they did tonight, the game that happened with the Suns, it don't exist no more. To me,
Okay, DC, your sound went out. Are you still there?
blow.
Okay, DC having a few sound issues right now. We're gonna wait for DC to get it together there. We're gonna move on to the next breakdown here. We got the next
It
match.
was supposed to do.
There you go. Okay, DC,
And with Brandon Ingram getting ejected, it's even bigger.
all right, DC. Sounds going in and out, my friend. There
Can
you
you
go.
hear me?
I got you now.
Oh, man, I was talking to myself all the
Just for a few seconds.
time.
Go ahead, finish your thought, bro.
I like myself, but I wasn't trying to just talk just to myself.
I
But
hear you.
I was saying, I want to tip my hat to him, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm real happy with what they did, especially with Brandon Ingram getting ejected. That was big for them to be able to close it out and set the course of what they were already doing. Because before BI got ejected, they were starting to get things going, man. BI had some stretches where he was taking some shots back to back and missing, and he was kind of starting to heat up and get it going, man. When he got ejected, he was gonna be on his way to 30 for sure, and it was looking like we was gonna blow them out with Bi out there. So when he went down, it motivated the team to stay the course, and I was really proud of them to be able to do that, and like I said, nullify everything that happened in Phoenix, bro. So the Phoenix thing is off the slate to me. Like I ain't looking at it, I ain't worrying no more. It ain't a concern no more because they went against OKC and they blew them out like they supposed to. So now when we play who we play Toronto, we
Correct.
got to handle our business against Toronto, man, and make sure we don't have another mental letdown, you know. And we should beat this team. I mean, we easily beat them before, and I think by the time we play them Saturday, we're gonna be a better team than we were that day. So
You got to be honest with you. You're absolutely right on that. To be honest with you, man. The way I see it with Toronto, they just won the first matchup. They were 0-3 tonight coming into this thing. They're 1-3 now, 0-2 on the road. Pelicans come back home for a 4-game homestand, little home cooking there to start the year off, and of course we took care of the Raptors, and they're going to be looking for some revenge in this matchup coming into here. Their top scorer, of course, Kyle Lowry averages about 19.3 a game, shoots 42% from the field. Siakam, Pascal Siakam, is their top rebounder with 9 rebounds a game, and of course Lowry is the top assist man with just under
ICP.
10. So you look at what they're bringing. Ingram is the top scorer for the Pelicans, 23.3-point game, just under 46% from the field. Zion Williamson is leading the team with rebounds with just over 9 a game, and then Ingram is the top assist man with 6.5. You look at the team statistics for Toronto coming to the matchup. The average 102 a game and giving up 110, almost 111 according to statistics. They shoot 41.5%, 43 rebounds per game, 26 assists per game, 7 blocks per contest as well, 10 steals per contest in the game, and of course they just won one. They were 1-3 the last 10. The Pelicans are 3-2 the last a few games anyway, according to the graphic. And the Pelicans, like DC said, after the trouncing that they got to Phoenix, they had to come back and whoop somebody's ass, and they did it to OKC in the matchup. So with Toronto, DC, a little get back. Toronto is going to kind of sink in with the Pelicans and say, listen, we got to pay this team back from taking us to the woodshed. This one, of course, is going to be, this is going to be Saturday. It's going to be a 6:30 game on Saturday. It's going to be on NBA TV according to the notes that I have here. So interesting how to shake out, man. New Orleans got a stiff opponent coming here looking for some vengeance, man. What do you think about how it falls out?
I think we get a win due to us being a better team right now and due to the circumstances. I don't think a lot of people realize or think about it when you mention Toronto that they're playing in Tampa, Florida. They from Canada, so they really have no home games, and it's obviously affecting them. And they got a little frustration going on over there. Siakam got fouled out the other night, and he left the game, didn't stay on the bench, and the team wound up disciplining him. I think tonight they set him for whatever game they played tonight. So there's obviously some things going on, and I don't know if they get all of that rectified and be in the right mental space to be able to beat us if we're playing at the level we played against OKC tonight. I don't think they'll be able to beat the Pelicans, to be honest. If we playing at the level we played against them last time, I don't think they'll be able to beat the Pelicans. But I'm sure Spicy P gonna come out and give a game. I'm sure he's upset about being benched and probably still upset about whatever he was upset about that foul. So he's probably gonna come out and ball, man. But him doing what he does, I don't think that's enough. They're gonna need their whole team to be able to beat us, and they're gonna have to play defense the way we're used to seeing them play defense. And so far, without Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol, they don't look like the same team defensively, and I think that's what's leading to them not being able to win games. Everybody's not able to kind of fulfill their same roles, and I'm sure other people have to do more than what they're accustomed to, and that's an adjustment, man. That's gonna take some time. So I see us being able to beat Toronto, pretty much being in command of the game the whole time. I don't think it should be a big big challenge based on the current circumstance, and they're still making adjustments and adapting from last season. So later in the season, if we got to play them again, might be a different story. A hell of a tougher team. We know this. They got championship DNA, but they just got a lot going on right now, man. I don't think they're ready for Pelicans.
I don't think they too much ready for a lot of people in that mind state, but eventually I think they're going to iron it out, man. That's a well coached team, and sooner or later they're going to sink in and get used to the surroundings and the environment. But you're right, they are, if not one of the major teams, man, that's being relocated because of course there's no traveling back and forth to Canada right now, so they definitely are have to get their stuff together out there. But hopefully.
No home games, man. That's
Right,
crazy.
right, and I hope that dysfunction continues on as we as we take advantage of it. But I do think that the Pelicans as well take care of this team. I think we match up really well with them, and of course I like what the Pelicans are doing. We just need to keep on getting into that bench, and I just really can't wait till we see Wenyen Gabriel. He finally get back and get into that lineup. I think he adds so much to that bench lineup, and of course to the starting five as well when they want to circulate him, and that his hustle ability and everything he brings, his guarding and how he does it. He's a fantastic talent that a lot of people don't know too much about it. And he will add that Steven Adams type hustle mentality as a big off the bench. So I can't wait till he gets healthy enough to get in there and start playing. So
That's funny. That's funny you say that because now I'm thinking about it. He reminds me of like a hybrid of Steven Adams and Josh Hart. He's like the perfect in between
dude is an
of those two guys.
ultimate
Honestly,
hustler. Ultimate hustler. Love
right?
his game, man.
He's an in between Steven Adams and Josh Hart, man. That's him, bro. He can definitely fill that gap when one of those guys are on the bench. You will always have a hustle player in your lineup at all times when we have him. Um, it's gonna be truly amazing to see, right? Fun to watch, especially if you have a game where he's inserted into the starting lineup for some reason. I'm really interested to see how that would look.
Yeah, and we're gonna get
You
our
put
opportunity.
him and bench Eric Bledsoe and threw him in that lineup, man, that would be crazy.
So we'll see how it shake, man, at the end of the day, man, dealing with it. But great win today as the Pelicans uh, toppled the OKC Thunder 113, stumped them 113-80. They moved past them. The Pelicans are now 3-2 on the year. And that's right, number one in the Southwest Division, the only winning team in the Southwest Division. They sit on top of that thing, 3-2. So I like to thank all the Pelican family members for chiming in the show. I like to wish all of you fantastic people out there happy New Year's coming up real soon, less than an hour. 2020 will be in the books. 2021 will be here. I pray and hope all you guys out there listening have a great year coming in, and may you get everything that you didn't get that is positive if this upcoming year that you didn't get. And may all your hard work and dedication pay off in an astronomical fashion in 21 coming up. So much love to all you family members. Thank y'all for joining us. The Pelican Post Game Report will return Saturday after the game. We'll recap the Pelicans win. That's right, I said it. I'm throwing it out there to the ether, to the universe, over the Toronto Raptors, as we will then improve to 4-2. We're home for 4 straight matchups. Let's get a little sweep going. Let's get some sweep action going on here. Let's get some streaking going on here, DC. Let's get a couple of wins, about 5 or 6, 7, 8 wins in a row here, family. Let's start getting that win total away from that lose total, my friend. Let's build some synergy, some camaraderie as the Pelicans move forward. So a lot of stuff is going to develop, a lot of great things. Stan Van Gundy, and Ingram, Zoe, all those guys, I'm telling you, they're gonna move this thing, man. This is a playoff team, man. We're gonna add a few pieces too in the year. We're not done formatting this thing, but we in the right direction, no doubt about it. So once again, thank y'all for chiming in. Happy New Year's to all of you guys. Thank y'all for being here. DC, my friend, appreciate you stopping by as well as usual, my friend, for the Pelican Post Game Report. And I shall
appreciate all the family listening too, and you, Big Q, for doing an excellent job, Wilson.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for doing what you do as well. Happy New Year to you as well, my friend. And we'll see all of you guys on the next Pelican Post Game Report. Hit the like button, subscribe if you aren't a subscriber, and we'll see you later for more great Pelican talk. Peace and go Pels. Family, check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform stores where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. So check out the Pro Shop and who that to.